Positive thinking. I mean, I'm generally in favor of positivity, being cheerful, being optimistic, having hope is good. It gives you the capacity and the resilience and the desire to struggle or carry on, survive, continue. You know, it gives you motivation to fight and to struggle even when there are setbacks. So, finding something good in life, something to look forward to, something to be cheerful about, having a general optimistic, positive outlook on life is good because it gives you the courage to go on to continue when you have defeats and failures, which are generally likely to happen to most people. So, a positive attitude, maybe trying to see the good in people is fine, and trying to be optimistic, trying to believe in something, trying to be positive, not being doubtful or not being suspicious all the time, giving people benefit of the doubt in the sense that they could be good also. So these are generally good things. But nowadays this has become a religion, and false religion at that. Everything is about positive thinking. It has become some sort of an escapist kind of a mindset. Positive thinking is supposed to make you think that nothing is impossible, and you just have to think positively and everything will fall into place and miracles will happen. You just have to visualize, you have to think positively, you have to hope, you have to visualize, you have to fantasize, and remarkable miracles will happen. The whole universe will conspire to make your dreams come true. Now, this is a bit, this stretches the belief. I mean, this is too much. Who said that? And who are these guys who are peddling this religion of positivity? And how did they make up these laws or law of attraction, the secret? You just dream of something and it will be manifested. And the universe will conspire to make your dream come true. How did they arrive at these laws? Who told them that these are true? Who verified these laws? What experiments were carried out to arrive at these laws? Did God speak to them? And what is the proof that this thing works actually? So this is pure fantasy. I mean, this is nonsense. This is infantile. This is childish. This is not real. I mean, positive thinking can help you. There is, in medicine we have placebo effect. When you believe in a doctor, in the drug or the medicine that the doctor gives you, then it has a better effect on you. Even if they give you just sugar coated pills without any actual medicine, you have trust or faith, and that itself helps you in overcoming your difficulty or disease or something. It helps you in fighting that disease. It boosts your immunity. So the mind affects the body, your mind affects your body, and good thoughts and positive thoughts can help you in staying immune and fighting off illnesses. And even the drugs become more efficacious, and the medicine is more efficacious when you trust the doctor. That's called the placebo effect, a scientifically proven psychological fact that doctors know. But I mean, I can't use positive thinking to cure your problems, or I can't use positive thinking to fly or just sprout wings, or spout wings, or make this pillow fly in air, and just by looking at it I can't perform miracles. Positive thinking cannot enable me to overcome the laws of nature, the basic fundamental principles and laws of nature. You can't overcome this. Any amount of positive thinking, no amount of positive thinking or faith will make any difference to realities established by nature, the boundaries established by nature, and you can't overcome the fundamental basic laws of nature. Any amount of faith or positive thinking, infinite amount of positive thinking, will not work. So that's nonsense, that is stupid, that is unrealistic, that is crazy. Psychologists even have a name for this. It's called the Pollyanna syndrome. Pollyanna was a novel written by children by Eleanor Porter long ago. And there is a girl who is very optimistic and very cheerful and all that. So they've taken this thing and they use it to describe people who are Pollyannas, are people who are basically excessively blindly cheerful and optimistic. They never see anything wrong with anything, and they are always, invariably optimistic. Now this is some sort of mental illness. That's why it's called Pollyanna syndrome. It is a mental disorder. Look it up in psychotherapy and psychology. So too much of this crazy, excessive, unproven, without any evidence, things like that, when you believe in those kinds of things, that miracles will happen, and you just be positive about things, and nothing is impossible, and you will achieve miracles, and miracles will happen, actual miracles that go against the laws of nature. And when you start believing in that, then there is something wrong with you. Get your IQ tested, go to a psychologist or a psychotherapist, and confront the reality of life. Life is not that simple. Life is complex. There are good things and there are bad things. Good things also happen. Lousy stuff also happens. So one has to be realistic. One has to be hopeful and cheerful and optimistic. That helps you psychologically, mentally, physically also. But don't overdo it, and don't believe in stupid miracles, and don't believe in these kinds of gurus who tell you that nothing is impossible and you just have to dream and everything will happen. That will make you take crazy risks, and sometimes it will really disappoint you. It will even be dangerous for you, And these guys do it because it feels good to be told that, you just have to dream and the world will fall at your feet. So it really gives you a high. And they do it so that you get a high, so you are happy. So you buy their books, or you buy go to their training programs and all that. Maybe they genuinely believe in it, or maybe they are seriously deluded. But they are good salespeople. These things sell a lot because people like to be told these nice, happy things, and people fall for it more often than not. And so this is a business of marketing. This is basically selling opium or morphine. Takes away your pain, but it is basically an intoxicant. It is not real. It is not giving you a real picture, right? It's nasha. It's intoxication. It lasts while it lasts, but it will be bad for you in the long run. It will be harmful for you, and it is not real. It is escapist. So be careful about these things. Don't be a Pollyanna. There is sometimes bad things happen, and if you think everything is good, then you won't do anything to change it, because then everything is perfect. As I said earlier, dissatisfaction is necessary for progress. When you see something is bad or wrong, or there is injustice in the world, you try to correct it, you try to fight, and that's how you bring about change and improve things. Ram had to fight off Ravan, and Krishna told Pandavas to fight Kauravas in battle, even when Arjun didn't want to. So there was evil, and that evil had to be defeated. So bad people, criminals, they have to be dealt with. Everybody is not good all the time, and everything is not perfect. You have to work at things. There is imperfection. There are flaws. There are problems. And if you don't realize that there are flaws and problems, you won't do anything. Then you won't change anything, and those things will remain. That is stupid. Realize things for what they are. If they are good, then fine. If they are bad, then you understand it, and then you try to change it to make it good. So that is what it is. That is the way it should be. I think this has happened recently. Earlier, when we talked of entertainment, we talked of sex and violence in films. That used to be entertainment. Sex sells or violence sells. Now it's all about fantasy. Young people are being brought up on a diet of fantasy, comics and films. You have, whether it is Indian films or whether it is Western films, you have superheroes and superpowers and Superman and Batman and Guardians of the Galaxy and all. So this is all magical, fantastical thinking, and that is good entertainment perhaps. But if you start taking these things seriously, all believing in all this supernatural nonsense, that is not real. That is fantasy. That is imagination. You have to be able to distinguish between reality and fiction. If you don't do that, that is madness. That is insanity. A sane person is able to differentiate or distinguish or make a distinction between what is real and what is imaginary, what is mythical, what is not true, what is real, what is imagined. If you can't make that distinction, then you are headed to a mental asylum. And that's the sad, cold, hard, unfortunate truth of life. Life is good, but life has ups and downs. Some people have ups and downs. Some people are lucky, don't see any downs. Some people see only ups. Depends. But downs could happen. Troubles could be there. Difficulties could be there. You have to have the courage to go on, be cheerful, be optimistic. There is something called self-fulfilling prophecy. When you are too negative about something, when you are too scared about something, when you are too diffident, when you lack confidence, it kind of makes it happen in a sense, because it weakens your willpower. And if you think you are going to fail and you believe seriously that you are going to fail, then maybe you will fail, because the whole energy, the motivation, the capacity, everything goes down. The motivation level goes down. You become so nervous, you become so anxious, you become so afraid that you can't put in the required level of effort and energy, and you fail. That's called self-fulfilling prophecy. So when you think you are going to fall ill, you are worried, you are sick, you are depressed, you think bad things will happen, then somehow it will affect. Of course, nothing imaginary would happen, whether good or bad, but your mind would become weaker, your immunity would go down, your body would not be able to fight off illness and all that. And sometimes even in exams and all that, if you are too depressed, too scared, too worried, and you think I'm going to fail, maybe that will reduce your performance. So that kind of a thing can happen. So self-fulfilling prophecy is again a psychological kind of a thing. So your mind affects your body, your emotions affect your mind and all that. So staying strong, being positive, being cheerful, being optimistic is good. But believing in miracles and saying nothing is impossible, and you can do whatever you want to do, and you can achieve your whatever you want to achieve and all that, take it with a pinch of salt. Experience will teach you if you haven't had enough experience in life. Initially, this all is feel good stuff. This feel good stuff is peddled by these people because either they are stupidly believing in it themselves, or they want to sell their books and their programs and all that. That's why. And either they are stupid basically or deluded. And if you believe in it, either you are immature, haven't had enough experience, probably need to get your IQ tested, and probably need to visit a psychotherapist or a psychologist. Sorry to say this. Sorry to burst your bubble. But that is how it is, and that's what it is. I was also taken in once upon a time by all this, and I have seen that it doesn't work out like that. Reality doesn't change for us. God and the universe don't make those special concessions. That doesn't happen. So reality is normal, routine, mundane, everyday. You don't start seeing miracles in nature. Nothing happens. Things work exactly as the way natural laws allow them to work. That's it. So nothing will change that. But positivity would help your health, help you emotionally and mentally, and help you become good at what you do. So it has its effects, no doubt about it. Even when you are cheerful, optimistic, confident and all that, others would also accept you and appreciate you, and maybe you will be effective in dealing with others. So these are the benefits. But let us call it that, rather than saying that you can make magic happen, and you can make a horse fly, or you can start flying yourself and become Superman, or like Keanu Reeves in Matrix and stuff like that, right? So that's a caution that I wanted to convey. And thinking here, positive thinking question mark, means When there is too much positive thinking, the thinking element is missing. There is just positivity, which is misplaced, maybe wrong, and maybe misguided. So be careful. Be on the watch for these idiotic, fancy, too good to be true kinds of claims and things like that. Be real, be logical, think before you buy into this kind of stuff. But there is a reason to be cheerful and optimistic, and that would definitely help. So kindly try to differentiate between reality and imagination, and fiction and fact. That's my request. Thank you.